I'm in Salad and I saw Weird. It is directed by Eric Apple. And as you can see by all of these records, legendary hip-hop producer Cranberry Dave is a big old fan. He's a sound guy and also my editor, and he knows more about Weird Al than I do. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Mint Salad. I'm something of an Al historian, or at least a big fan of his music. And so I was really excited about this movie starring Daniel Radcliffe, of all people. Can you believe it?
Do you know he's in Harry Potter?
Harry Potter?
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy from Harry Potter.
Oh, the little wizard boy.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of him before.
He's not at all super buff as he is in this movie. And if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. The movie starts, we're following, first of all, Daniel Radcliffe in a wig is in the hospital. Dave, what do you think about that? He's hospitaling about.
Well...
Is that correct?
Is that correct? I'm sure Weird Al and or Daniel Radcliffe have been to the hospital before. I don't know if quite under these dramatic of conditions, but it certainly was pretty jarring to have that be the beginning of this totally factual real biopic of Weird Al Yankovic.
I was like, whoa, man, he's dying already? Okay, here's the start of the Weird Al story. He's dead. It was pretty much my first reaction to that scene. Until now we get to see a flashback of when he's a little child. He's, childing about his dad works in the factory, whatever that means. And at this factory, you don't know what you're making.
Well, at the beginning, see the whole bit is, we're told through the eyes of Al, his dad is like, when you work at the factory, I'll tell you what we make. You'll learn what we make when we go to the factory.
And you know what happens?
What do they make?
Well, we're not at that point yet. We don't know because he doesn't go to work at the factory. He instead opens the door for a salesman who's like, "Hello, I have a thing to sell you." We're in the 50s, so this is the time where salesmen go door to door.
Yeah. And
now they probably also do. But this
probably not for accordions.
This is a different time, mind you, because he's here to sell a puppy. He's not a dog puppy, but an accordion puppy. And the accordion can go vrr, 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 vrr. And then you know what happens? He picks up the accordion because the salesman is like, "Hello, here you go. Test out my beauty." And he goes, "Brrr!" And then, you know what happens?
What happens?
"You're natural at this, kid." Some salesman is like, "Hello, you're great at this." And then he's like, "I want to be an accordion player." It says Weird Al. He's not Weird Al yet. He's just a weird little kid named Al at this point. And then a very dramatic reaction. His dad walks in, sees the salesman, and is like, "You sold my son an accordion?" Hasn't even sold him a thing yet. He's just in his house letting Al play with an accordion, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you!" And then he, bam, pops him right in the popper, popping him out. This is true, correct? This is in the movie. His dad really did this.
Well, those are two different things, as we'll find out. True and in the movie. But yes, Mint Salad, tell me more about Weird Al and his childhood and his dad.
Well,
the accordion guy almost to death.
Because his dad has a high temper, and he will show you what he'll do with his fists if you disobey him, or go against his word or his wishes or whatever. With the salesman, he's like, "Alright, okay, factory time, I'm gonna go work in the factory. And you, sir, you're not allowed to play the accordion. I don't know that you have an accordion, actually, but you're not allowed to go to parties." And his hooligan friends, Al's hooligan friends on the bus, invite him to a party. And you know what happens at this party? It's a polka party. It's a polka party. I was like, they have polka parties? People like polka? I thought I was the only one who liked polka. Polka is awesome. Do you like polka? Do you like polka?
I quite like polka. Obviously, being a Weird Al guy, it's kind of hard to avoid because he's very influenced by polka. Heck, again, everything, you know.
Yeah, I love polka so much. Continue with your thought.
I'm inclined to believe because of the movie we're talking about that it's a joke. But the polka party thing, like, it is like the 60s at that point. Maybe those kids just really got down to some polka back then. It might be a cultural thing.
Maybe. I mean, if I remember playing lots of polka while I was in band, and I was like, man, polka rules. And everybody else was like, polka drools. And I was like, but polka's awesome. But anyway, I know how much this Weird Al character loves his polka parties. And you got the cops busted in. Oh, it's a wild polka party. They're not allowed to have them here. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna arrest him. Hello, your son was confiscated at a polka party. Could you believe it? I bet you couldn't. And his dad is like, where is it? How did you get so good at playing the accordion? Because, you know, at the polka party, you know what happens? Let's whip out the accordion. Let's have people play it. Oh yeah, just touch the instrument. Ooh yeah, and then he touches the instrument. He's like really good at it. And everyone's like, whoa, wow. Could you believe it? I bet you couldn't. No.
It really was just one of those cliche scenes from like a party where the nerd kid proves himself. But it's all these like popular kids circling around little Weird Al being like, come on, polka boy, do it, polka us up one good. Like stuff like that.
Oh man, you got his dad is like, you have an accordion in your closet. And then he takes the accordion in the closet. He pulls it out of the closet, forcing it out of the closet. And then smashes it. And that was not very nice of him. So now, college time, and he's playing the accordion. He's trying to find a bunch of bands to be in. I'm gonna be in a pre-existing band. Because we're at the time where everyone wants to be part of a band. But no one wants to accept me for the awesome musician that I am.
I mean, well, let's... It was kind of a case of, like, pick your audience, right? Because he was trying out for this punk band with, like, comically made up... Like, this guy had a big, stupid, pineapple-looking mohawk. Not the mohawk stupid. That one was, categorically. But...
He had a nose ring attached to a chain.
Really?
Yes.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
But so he was playing polka for these Hellraiser characters, and obviously they weren't having it. But I'm sure he could find like a nice polka group.
Maybe, but you know, this ain't its time. Instead, he's like, you know what? My passion. I've always wanted to change lyrics to songs that already exist. And I just need to get motivated for the right one to come in my noggin. So now we're at the point where he's like, oh, I have a song idea. I gotta make some Bologna. He has a Bologna parody song. I forget what it's pronounced because I only pronounce bologna as Bologna. What is it?
It's My Bologna.
It's
because it's a parody you see of My Sharona by whoever. Oh
yeah. So he does that and then he sends the tape on to a radio, and the radio immediately plays it. And he's like, "Wow, I'm famous! Well, time to do more song ideas. Have more song ideas come this way. Have more opportunities to parody songs. There's a lot of fun opportunities, but immediately after he gets popular from the My Bologna song, he's like, I'm gonna go to a record deal. I'm gonna get a record deal." Shows it to the guy, to the two brothers. It's a brother record deal.
The Scotty brothers, as it were.
Yeah, and he's like, hello, what do you think of my song? And you know, he's like, nah, man, shoo.
Well, he was a little more emphatic than nah, man.
He was.
Well, there was two brothers, one of which, the guy in the chair was played, of course, by Weird Al himself. The standing up guy was all like, you're a filthy piece of degenerate scum, and I can't believe you even showed your song here. Don't you know that the words of the original song belong with the tune of this song? What do you think you're doing, writing parody lyrics?
Yeah, that's what he was like. That's exactly, he said those words.
And Weird Al is kind of like, yeah, cool down. But you're still a piece of scum and we want you out of here. So that's how that went.
There's more opportunities though. People liked his songs. He found lots of fame in the fact that he wrote a lot of songs. There's also a bunch of fun hits such as Eat It and the other ones. Do you know the names of them?
Obviously Eat It, the totally original song that he came up with himself.
Oh yeah, that's a plot point by the way. He's like, alright, well I have come up with Eat It, and it is totally a song originally by me, including the music and everything, and this, I'm being very convoluted because it's convoluted in the movie. It's like, yeah, this is totally mine. And then, like a few months later, Michael Jackson comes out with his hit, Beat It. And he's like, yeah, this is totally my song. And everyone's like calling Weird Al, like, oh yeah, you know, this Michael Jackson guy, he's a cool dude. You know, he totally ripped off your idea, bro. Don't you know that he's like, oh yeah, he changed some of the words to talk about fighting or something? And Weird Al gets really mad about this, especially in his lovely mansion where his mentor, he meets a mentor at some point who definitely suggests him to change the name to Weird Al.
Dr. Dementor. He's Dementor, you see.
Dr. Dementor, yes. Dr. Dementor is now seen in this scene that I'm talking about. He's in a bathtub, a bubble bath, and he has a plate of chips and guacamole. He's eating the guacamole. And our good old pal Weird Al, he's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, it doesn't matter. What does matter is, are you hungry? Here you go, have a chip, you know, having some nice life advice. He's famous, but his dad still wants him to work in the factory, even though he has no idea what they make. I still don't get it. Why would I want to work at a factory when I don't know what they make? But anyway, he's like, I'm having a lot of family crisis. It's like, eat chip? Okay, I eat chip. And you know what happens? It's laced with LSD, and he has like some sort of hallucination where he's fighting some HE double hockey stick version of some demons, and then actually his mentor is God. It's a fun scene. It's definitely green screen is what I noticed.
Well, definitely what happened. First of all, I want to point out that Weird Al, the real person, is like a historic, like total straight edge. Like doesn't touch drugs and alcohol, or at least that's what he says publicly. Anyway, I just like the idea that Dr. Demento gives him LSD-laced guacamole, and then incepts like a whole ego death like career path for him. Like because of the trip that Weird Al has here, he goes and like continues to be a musician.
I don't think he has an ego death though. He's shown to have like more of an ego later on in the movie, especially when he's like, I'm famous! I don't like you friends. You friends are no good to me. No longer. No, I don't want any of my friends. When he does that, and he's very egotistical about it, you know why he does that? Because he starts dating Madonna. Madonna is a bad influence. Madonna feeds him whiskey all day. He goes on shows and bombs his own performances because of Madonna. It's because Madonna wants a cover song. And it's a whole like plot point. He has his mansion, Madonna comes in like, hello! She tells to his face that, yeah, this is a business decision, our relationship is a business decision, and then he continues on. He's like, I still want to be with you, but like Madonna's like, okay, well, actually this was a totally realistic business decision, but I still want you! Like towards the end. Remember the scene, you know?
I do. When she incidentally, Weird Al totally wipes out Pablo Escobar's drug operation, kills him. Like,
yeah.
The entire operation is headless now, and Madonna's whole thing was she was trying to get that to happen so that they would run it together, of course, Madonna being first with Weird Al.
They just all want like him to perform at the wedding, at his like birthday party rather.
Yeah.
Which is why that Weird Al, what's his name? Pablo Escobar.
Pablo Escobar.
He's
big
like,
Weird Al fan.
Yeah, he's like, oh please perform, and Weird Al's like, no. He keeps repeatedly saying no, and then he ends up killing all of them with a machine gun. It turns into an action film, and I swear. He's in a diner. That's what it's called, a diner. Yeah. And Keanu Reeves, the actor, is there. There's a lot of actors.
Well, that's not Keanu.
That looks like Keanu so much.
It's Keegan-Michael Key doing a Keanu. Like he's got the makeup and like the beard of Keanu.
Okay, that was really good.
He's going for a John Wick impression. Notice how much broken glass is in the next like scene and a half.
Yeah, that was a really good impression. I couldn't tell, honestly. Man, this movie. There's just so much going on in this movie. Like, it's like parody after like parody. Like, at one moment, there's like, oh, this must be like a parody on itself because is this real or is it not? I found myself saying, oh, is this real? Hey, Dave, Weird Al fan, Dave, is this thing happen in real life?
Yeah, and eventually I think we just all realized, oh, this movie is no longer just totally off the rails. Yeah,
I really definitively recommend seeing it, especially since the ending is like, oh well, Weird Al does reconcile with his dad. He does work in the factory, and spoiler, he doesn't know what they're making. He's just told to hit buttons. And so, well, working in the factory, I reconciled with my dad, and then Dr. Demento was like, can I adopt you? And when he turns down his offer, it's a weird movie. The movie ends on a positive note, but it's just like...
Wait, the movie ends with his assassination, and what do you mean a positive note?
Well, a positive note for everyone else involved. Well, he died. Weird Al Yankovic dies in 1985 due to the assassination at this theater or something. But that's the end. That is actually the end. And there's a post-credit scene, and we see Madonna being like a drug cartel lady, and it's you have to go see this movie. That's the end of the movie, actually, and. Oh man, it was really funny. There's a lot of funny lines. I was very much entertained throughout just the most of it. So I was entertained by most of it. I found myself laughing constantly. What did you think, Dave? Were you big laughing?
Oh, you were there. Yes, I was.
Yes.
This is very funny movie. Ironically stole like. In terms of stealing black music, this movie has Back to the Future beat like 5 times over. It's so funny, so perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of fun jokes. I don't want to spoil the jokes because I feel like it'd be better if you were to watch the movie and get the jokes for yourself. So I'm not gonna say too much much more. I would honestly give this movie a solid 7.5 out of 10. Oh, and I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Aw, heckin' yeah. If you like this review, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer. So, if I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. So, you can request a movie in the comments below, or you can fast track that request at patreon.com/ASEPresents for $20 a month for one movie review per 1 month, or $3 a month for some daily vlogs, all at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grind, go to this link tree right here. Helps with the daily grindiness of this channel and also daily sets and NSFW content you'll go enjoy. Go here. And until next time, I'm in South Saw. I'll see you later, my salad, croutons, and bacon bits. Whoa, my phone fell. Ooh, no, not my phone. Careful.
Woo!